Hi, Lonnie. Today's story is going to be on the Three Little Pigs. Before we read the story about the Three Little Pigs, we need to talk about a few things. In this story, the Three Little Pigs build houses out of three different materials. One of the materials is straw. This is what straw looks like. You've probably seen straw in the fall. Maybe a haystack that has like a scarecrow in it, or if you've ever gone to like a pumpkin field to pick pumpkins, a lot of times they'll have hay out or straw, or a petting zoo, maybe to feed horses. Those are all places that you could see straw. It's kind of like very thin little sticks, like reeds. These are sticks. I'm sure that you've seen sticks in your backyard. I'm sure you've seen sticks at Granny and Pop-Pop's house or at Delwood in Pennsylvania. There's just lots of little pieces of tree branches, okay? They're not super strong because they're all pretty little. These are bricks. Bricks are pieces of cement that are kind of like glued together with other cement. So bricks are really, really hard. A lot of buildings can be made out of brick. I'm pretty sure if you look at Granny and Pop-Pop's porch, that their porch has bricks in it. Your school probably has some walls, or part of the outside of the building might be made out of bricks. And a lot of times if you drive past a firehouse, they'll be made out of bricks. Okay, so now that we've reviewed straw, sticks, and bricks, we can read our story. Okay, let me get the story papers over here. Okay. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who lived with their mother. One day, the mother pig said to the three little pigs, "You are all grown up now. It's time for you to go out into the world and live on your own." So the three little pigs gave their mother a big hug and a kiss and set out to find their own place to live. They walked down the road and soon saw a man with a wagon full of straw. "Why, I could build a house of straw in no time," thought the false little pig. So the false little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some straw so that I may build a house?" The kind man gave him some straw, and the false little pig quickly built his house. He finished so quickly that he lay down contentedly in the shade to take a nap for the rest of the day. The other two pigs continued on their way. It wasn't long before they passed a man with a cart full of sticks. I could build a house out of sticks," thought the second little pig. "It will take a little more time than my brother's house of straw, but it will be a fine house." So the second little pig said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some sticks so I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the sticks, and the second little pig set about building his house. He finished the house in a little while, and then he too lay down contentedly in the shade to take a nap. Do you know what contentedly means, Alana? If you're content with something, it means you're happy with it. So if he laid down contentedly in the shade, he laid down and was happy and ready to take a rest. The third little pig continued on his way. In a little while, he passed a man with a wheelbarrow full of bricks. "Aha! I could build a house of bricks," thought the third little pig. "It will take more work and more time than the houses of my brothers, but it will be well worth it." So he said to the man, "Please, sir, may I have some bricks so I may build a house?" The kind man gave him the bricks, and the thawed little pig set about building his house. He walked and walked in the hot afternoon sun, taking care to lay each brick just so. It was about this time a big bad wolf came trotting down the lane. He saw the false pig napping in the shade of his straw house. "Yum, yum, that pig would make a tasty bite to eat," thought the big bad wolf. But the little pig saw him coming and ran inside his house of straw, slamming the door behind him. The little pig breathed a sigh of relief because he remembered that his mother had always said that wolves were not to be trusted. Now the big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the false little pig. So what did the pig say when the wolf wanted to come in, Lonnie? Did he say yes or no? He said no, right? "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. As the straw blew everywhere, the false little pig ran away. Rubbing his stomach and now feeling even hungrier, the big bad wolf strolled farther down the lane and soon came upon the second little pig napping in the shade in his stick house. The little pig saw him coming and ran inside the house of sticks. The big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," answered the second little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the big bad wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew down the house of sticks. The little pig ran away just in the nick of time. Now the wolf's stomach growled loudly. He was feeling so hungry. Soon the wolf came upon the thawed pig who had just finished building his brick house. The little pig looked up. There were his two brother pigs running towards him, and right behind them was a big bad wolf. All three pigs hurried into the house of bricks and locked the door behind them. The big bad wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," answered the thawed little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the big bad wolf. Well, the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and then he puffed and he huffed and he puffed some more, but he could not blow down that house of bricks. "You can't get me. My house is too strong," shouted the thawed little pig from inside his house. "Ha," said the wolf. "I'm stronger and smarter than you. I'm on my way up to the roof. I'll come down the chimney to get you." Now the thawed little pig was no fool. He had already guessed that the wolf might try to come down the chimney, so he already had a blazing fire on the fireplace and a big kettle of boiling water heating over a fire. Thinking that he was as clever as could be, the big bad wolf jumped down the chimney. Splash! Ouch! The big bad wolf jumped right out of that boiling hot water and ran away, never to be seen ever again. And the little pigs lived happily ever after. Okay, Lonnie, take a few minutes and talk to your mom about what happened in the story. I'll see you in a bit.